Good evening. Happy Wednesday. We almost at Turkey Day, man. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. You are now rocking with the best. Welcome back to the Best of Seven Sports Talk, y'all. I'm Seven Mitchell. Appreciate y'all chopping it up this evening with the kid, man. We definitely got a few things to talk about in the Association of National Basketball, man. A couple things done dropped within the last 24 hours. We got to talk about Hassan Whiteside. He got a new move going on, but it's kind of an old move. We're going to talk about Whiteside. Indy cannot catch a break when it comes to the NBA. I'm sorry for Indianapolis. We're going to talk about that when it comes to the All-Star weekend. And also my top 5 trades that's going to be coming up in the NBA this upcoming season, man. We definitely got a lot to talk about. So salute to everybody. We live streaming right now on the YouTube channel, T7M Radio. Full podcast, as you guys know, is available on Spotify as well as iTunes. So we're about to get into this thing in 1 second. Give me one moment. Let me shrug my shoulders, man, because, we got a couple things to talk about, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you guys are in the live chat. Definitely appreciate you guys' support. So let's start off, man, with Indianapolis, man, the city of Indianapolis. Now, Indy was scheduled to host All-Star Weekend for the All-Star game in 2021 for the NBA. That has now been postponed because of the COVID situation. It looks like Indianapolis will be hosting in 2024 instead of 2021. Indianapolis, they will host the NBA All-Star Weekend in 2024. Rescheduling the plans for the city due to, like I said, the issues with the health, the COVID pandemic, things of that nature. Now, as far as we know, Cleveland, who is scheduled to actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Cleveland is scheduled to have the All-Star break next year. So that is planned to still go. Cleveland's still set to have the All-Star weekend next year, and Utah in 2023. Those are still looking to be on schedule, but because of public health conditions, it pretty much prevent the Pacers or Indianapolis from hosting the All-Star weekend this year. Now, they're still going to have an All-Star weekend. They're still going to have an All-Star game. I guess they're still going to have to iron that thing out. And, we'll figure out or find out at a later date when, these guys are going to be, or where, rather, we're going to have the All-Star game this weekend. But Indianapolis can't catch a break, man. Reggie Miller is not walking back through that door. Paul George is not walking through that. Well, maybe. I don't know. I wonder if Indianapolis would want to have Paul George back at this point. You know what I mean? Like, do they even have anything? I mean, they got Victor Oladipo over there. Like, but I don't think that the Clippers would give up on PG just yet. That's something that we definitely can talk about. But, yeah. Indianapolis just cannot catch a break when it comes to the NBA, man, I swear. But that's what is going on with them. Now, let's talk about Hassan Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside, people, breaking news out of the NBA. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, Hassan Whiteside has signed a 1-year deal to rejoin the Sacramento Kings. Now, a lot of you guys only know of Whiteside playing in Miami, but he started his career in Sacramento, and rubbing people the wrong way was really an understatement. Let me give you guys a couple scenarios that happened back when Whiteside was with Sacramento in the first go round, and y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Salute to everybody that's in the live chat. Definitely appreciate the support. So just for an example on how Hassan Whiteside rubbed the Kings the first time he played for them. Okay, so in his first training camp with Sacramento, Hassan had made something like $480,000, like a little bit less than $500,000 in his first training camp. And he showed up in the first day of training camp with like a $200,000 Mercedes Benz. And the guys was looking at him all crazy, like, dude, you don't even make that much money after taxes. Like, what are you doing? So the first day of training camp, he was already like raising eyebrows with his teammates as far as like the moves he was making. Then This is another story of when it comes to Hassan Whiteside being with Sacramento that I thought was crazy in this first go run. Now, mind you, he was young coming into the league, but I mean, you would think that being a professional, regardless, 1 year, 20 years, you would know, how to speak, when to speak, and what to speak on. But Jason Jones is a beat writer for the Sacramento Kings. And so, he pretty much follows the team around to games and practices. And after a year and a half with Sacramento, Hassan Whiteside was at a shoot around on the road. And he asked Jason, he said, "Hey, Jason, why are you always here?" And Jason is like, "What do you mean?" And then Hassan Whiteside asks, like, "Are you really a big fan or something? Why are you like at all our practices and at all our games?" At that point, DeMarcus Cousins had to pretty much interject and be like, "Come on, bro. Like, this is our beat writer. Like, he covers us. Like, Hassan Whiteside definitely was out of the loop and definitely rubbed people the wrong way in Sacramento. Those are just a couple examples of crazy things that happened, with Hassan Whiteside the first go round with Sacramento. He went to Miami, but now he's back on a 1 year deal. Um, Interesting to see how that's going to play out. But I was just trying to bugged out, like, man, they going in this direction again. They lost out on Bogdanovich. They did, and that's crazy because they declined to match the offer for Bogdanovich, allowing him to go to Atlanta, but turn around and sign Whiteside. I know the money is completely different, and Whiteside can be gone after next year. But I don't know what Sacramento doing. I know they did re-sign Fox. I think Buddy Hill. I think they got a nice little young squad, but I don't know how much better Sacramento has gotten with Whiteside. Gives a rim protection. In the Western Conference, you're going to need a big body to go against Gasol, Nurkic, Joker. Um, so he might play a factor. I'm just tripping on how Sacramento would go backwards like that. I don't even know what his locker room chemistry is going to be like with Buddy Hill and DeAndre Fox, Marvin Bagley. Like, them young boys been playing hard. So, I don't know how that's really going to play out. We in the NBA, man. We talking about the offseason now. We still gonna have, of course, free agency moves going down. But when we talk about NBA trades, when we talk about trades, I still think that there are five big time names that's out there in the NBA that we definitely possibly can see being moved before the All-Star break. Let's get into my top five NBA players that's going to be on the move or should definitely be next considered to be get traded. Number one, I'm gonna go with Russell Westbrook in Houston. Like, there's no secret that Russ went out of Houston. I really don't know what Houston is trying to do. James Harden don't seem like he want to be there. Houston, they did pick up DeMarcus Cousins. I know they picked up Woods from Christian Woods from Detroit. So they're trying to put a team together, put some pieces together. I don't know if that's to appease Westbrook and Harden, or if that's just to have some type of foundation, just in case these guys, if they're able to make deals and get these guys out of here. But I would probably go with Russell Westbrook as number one, as one of my five players that I think is definitely going to get traded before the All-Star break. Number two, I would probably say coming out of Washington, I think John Wall's situation is much different than many of the other All-Star caliber players around the league that got trade rumors. You can look at Bradley Beal, you look at John Wall, and they can sit up there in front and act like they like to play with each other, but I just don't see it, man. Even just sitting next to each other, the vibe is different. The energy is different. I would like to see John Wall play in Philly with Embiid, or maybe with Embiid and Simmons. I think that'd be a dope look, but I think that you know, John Wall's time in Washington is definitely done. He can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. I think he just need a breath of fresh air. Washington probably need a new start, of course. So I probably would go John Wall second. Number three, DeMarcus or DeMar DeRozan from the San Antonio Spurs. I think DeMar DeRozan will probably be number three in my top five NBA stars that should be getting traded before the All-Star break. he didn't want to leave Toronto. I think he got a raw deal going to San Antonio, getting traded for Toronto, help building that franchise up. Then they turn around and win the championship with Kawhi. But it doesn't really seem to be working out in San Antonio. They got a lot of things going on, a lot of missing pieces down there. So I would like to see, DeMar play in. I did want to see him play in LA with LeBron, but that they got Wesley Matthews and a couple other guys. It's going to be interesting to see where DeMar go. But I really don't see DeRozan finishing out this year in Sacramento. Last year he averaged 21-5 or 21-6-6, I would say. So he had pretty decent numbers in San Antonio, but just the chemistry, it just didn't work. And it doesn't seem like that's a place that he wants to get comfortable at as far as calling it a home, and really playing. So I think DeMar DeRozan, for me, is going to be another player. Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think Kevin Love time is up in Cleveland. He's a warrior. He's been there since LeBron came back in 2015, but he's an aging veteran, injuries, things of that nature. He's gotten the big deals. He's gotten big paydays. But I think he's like 32-year old. You know what I'm saying? He's still owed $92 million. So over the next 3 years. So I don't know what team is going to be able to take that contract, especially a team that's contending for a championship. But I think Cleveland is definitely going to be rebuilding. Killer Chef, salute my G. Yeah, DeRozan and Bill would definitely be Bradley Beal, I think, is going to stay in Washington. I think they're going to get rid of John Wall before they get rid of Bradley Beal. But, DeRozan, I think, is definitely going to be my top five, along, like I said, Kevin Love. I think Kevin Love, his time is pretty much up in Cleveland. Not that he still can't play, but, he's getting old. Cleveland need to rebuild. They need some pieces. They really don't have that much. So I can definitely see that. And last but not least, my number 5 NBA star that I really think that's going to get traded before the All-Star break. This might surprise you guys, but I don't know, man. Something telling me Zach Levine in Chicago might get traded somewhere. Like the Bulls haven't made the playoffs since the 2016-2017 season. And, they really has not been a legit threat in the league since 2011 with Derrick Rose when they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Zach Levine got an incredible upside, but he's not a player that can do it by himself. I don't see a lot of stars coming to Chicago to play with him. Especially, I thought AD, there could have been a small chance that AD, by him not actually being signed to anyone right now, technically, he might consider going home. But I think, AD is definitely going to opt back in with LA. I can see Zach Levine, man, getting traded before the All-Star break, to keep it real. The Clippers should trade for Andre Drummond from Cleveland. I think that would they could use the size. The Clippers could definitely use the size. Picking up Serge Ibaka was good. They're picking pop option now. They can do that pretty well with Kawhi and Serge Ibaka. They did the pick and pop back in Toronto. Serge can hit the three. I think Serge Ibaka over the last 3 seasons, I don't know if it was regular season or postseason or both, I think he was shooting like 40% or a little over 40% from the three. So we know Serge can definitely shoot a little bit from the perimeter. He's a better shooter than Montrezl Harrell. I just like Montrezl as that dog, and I think he's going to fit good with the Lakers. So I can't wait to that. But, Andre Drummond on the Clippers, in the West, you're going to have to bang it out with Marc Gasol. You got Jokic in the West in Portland. You got the Joker in Denver. Whiteside just signed tonight with Sacramento. He's back with the Kings, Hassan Whiteside. So there's definitely some big bodies that's in the Western Conference. You definitely right, Killer Chef. I think Andre Drummond will be a pretty decent fit, depending on how much, he's willing to take. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I have for y'all this evening. I'm not going to hold y'all up too much. Just unbelievable that was going on. I was like, man, Hassan Whiteside is rejoining the Sacramento Kings after rubbing those people the wrong way coming into the league. And he doesn't really, to me, still have the greatest of attitudes. So it's interesting to see why they would bring him back. But, We'll see how that's going to play out. Like I said, Indianapolis, they were supposed to be hosting the All-Star weekend, but due to the health and the pandemic, Indianapolis will not be hosting the NBA All-Star weekend this year. They will get it in 2024, and they will be deciding what city is going to be holding it this year, those announcements. And again, my top 5 NBA stars that I believe will be getting traded before the All-Star break for this year. I'm going with Russell Westbrook, John Wall, Kevin Love. Who else did I have? DeMar DeRozan. And there was one more that I had that I kind of forgot. But those are my guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all stay safe. I will be going live sometime tomorrow to chop it up with the people. So again, major salute to y'all. Black Sheep Slim, my guy, Black Sheep is in the building. Happy holidays, my guy Slim. You and your family, man. I hope you guys enjoy tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to be live streaming, talking some stuff here on the Best of 7 sometime tomorrow. But that was the news that I had for y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Definitely appreciate that, Slim. Y'all already know the vibes. Subscribe to my guy, Black Sheep Media. He's in the chat right now. Subscribe to his channel. Got all the dope content when it comes to battle rap, sports, and live streams as well. Y'all stay safe, man. I'm about to get up out of here. It's the Best of 7 Sports Talk, T7M Radio. Full podcast is available on Spotify and iTunes. Happy holidays, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm 7 Mitchell, man. Best of 7 Sports Talk. About to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all be good. Peace.